Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I'm trying out another Maybelline product, and this here is the Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. So this is for normal to oily skin. It's with clay? Not too sure what that means. I got this in the shade 112 Natural Ivory, and I will say this has a great shade range. I picked this up from Family Dollar where I got it for $6, which surprisingly and for once is the best price that I could really find out there. Usually Walmart is still cheaper, but it looked like this was only like $7 at Walmart. But I'm so excited to try this out just because it's like a classic and I have never tried it before, but also I deal with large pores, and the fact that this is supposed to refine pores is very promising and intriguing to me. It says it has like micro powders to give that matte and pore refining look, which sounds very cool for a liquid foundation. And this is nice packaging. It's kind of small, but it's glass packaging. It's also fragrance-free, non-comedogenic, and oil-free. So my skin right now is combination. I didn't put on any primer because I want to see how this is truly going to be, but you can see discoloration, lots of redness on my cheeks. My chin is very dry. There's dry patches, and normally I would moisturize that or put on a primer beforehand, but I want to see how this foundation is on top of dry patches, but that's so hard for me to just leave my skin like this and put makeup on top. But then my forehead and my nose are a little bit more greasy. So we'll see how this does. A little bit of a tricky packaging because there's no pump or applicator, but I'm just gonna pour a little onto the back of my hand here. I don't know how much I'm going to need, but I'm going to use my Amazon foundation brush here, the one that I love and that I use all the time. And let's just start out applying it to half of my face and see how it does. I am glad that this is fragrance free. I was almost like, oh no, is this gonna have a strong scent to it? But then I remembered. It's applying nicely, good shade match for me. They don't have the full extended shade range at Family Dollar where I got this, so I'm glad I was able to choose a shade that looks pretty good. I felt like I maybe took a lot out onto the back of my hand, but that's only enough to do really a quarter of my face in a thin, light layer. So for light coverage, it does look nice. It's softening on the skin with that matte finish. I do like to get as full of a coverage as I can get though. So I really am putting a lot onto the back of my hand. And considering this doesn't come with very much, but I like that it's a glass packaging, but the fact that it doesn't have a pump makes it difficult. Like it's gonna be hard to get everything out of this. See if I can build up a little bit more coverage here over the redness on my cheeks. But it's definitely applying very beautifully, blending out really nicely with the brush. So I'm glad that this application works because it is my new favorite. And wow, I really do think I can get a pretty full coverage here. Okay, so now with it applied to half of my face, my first thought is that I'm glad that this calls out normal to oily skin, because where I do have that more oily skin on my forehead, it looks fantastic. It looks like skin. It doesn't look drying. It's actually truly undetectable texture wise. My forehead, like there's more of an even skin tone coverage on the side of my forehead, obviously with the foundation, but it looks awesome. Then we work our way a little bit lower down my face, and like all the way down on my face, the chin area is dry. The dry patches are peeking through already. There's already that flaking skin, so not a product that I would want to put over dry skin. And then my cheeks are I would say more of that normal skin, but like right here on my nose, it's really emphasizing some texture and looking really dry. And I didn't realize I was so dry there. So I really would not use this on dry skin or even slightly dry skin. But the oily skin, it looks awesome. So if you have combination skin, it's not really going to be the best option there either. So on my cheek here, it's looking slightly cakey and slightly drying, but this is also where I have the large pores, and it's looking super smooth over the pores. It's not settling into any pores, it's not giving any texture, but it's looking a little dry. But like on my nose, where it gets a little greasy, it looks smooth. The large pores look seriously like I set them with a smoothing powder. So I'm loving this over the shiny areas of my skin that have large pores, which is seriously what this claims. So it's really fantastic for what it's claiming, but it's just not my perfect foundation because I have that combination skin. But I love how it looks so much on the parts of my skin and my face where it looks good that I want to try this out with a primer with more hydrated skin, maybe more in the summertime when my skin is just greasier, more hydrated, versus right now it basically still feels like winter. But so I'm going to go ahead and apply it to the other side of my face. But also the coverage is so nice. I feel like this would be a great foundation for someone who's younger. You know, I picture younger people, like if you're in high school or something, you probably have more greasy skin. And this would be such a great foundation because it's inexpensive, but easy to use and looks so natural. It doesn't look like a heavy, caked on type of look. And it will help control that oil as well with that micro powder and that matte finish. But of course, it's also going to be great for anyone of all ages with greasy skin. I bet if you have greasy skin, you probably already use this and you're like, Christy, I know it's my go-to. But if you have already used it, please let me know in the comments down below what you think of it. I just feel like this foundation keeps really emphasizing areas of my face that are dry that I didn't realize about. So now on this side, my like smile lines up here are showing dry, cakey texture. And that's a part of my face I didn't realize was actually dry. So I'm really gonna have to do some intense moisturizing after I take this off later. But I'm not in any rush to take this off because even though it is emphasizing the dry texture, it looks really good, especially from a distance where you can't see the dry patches on my skin as much, but like that shade match. Very proud of myself, and just the fact that it gives such good coverage and it really softens the skin. It's matte, and on the places of my face, like my forehead, that are greasier, it looks smooth. It doesn't look drying, but if the skin is dry, it looks drying. But I'm so happy with how lightweight it feels on the skin, and that coverage is so much better than I was initially expecting. Also because it doesn't say anywhere that I could find that it's full coverage, but I would say that is full coverage. It just evened out my skin tone so beautifully. And you saw how discolored and uneven it was before all this. So I can't stop looking in the mirror or at the viewfinder there. I know my eyes keep drifting to the side because I'm just feeling like it transformed my face and I'm loving it. So I am really excited to work on my skincare, get rid of that dry skin, and hopefully get some warmer weather so that I can start wearing this more often because I am so impressed by this if you have the right skin for it. So thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.